I grew up in the family where we didn't celebrate particular days, like current Christmas or any other birthdays, other holidays. I was taught that every day is a gift. Every day is valuable. This was the perspective that was passed from my mother to me. And I really like this kind of approach. Why should I wait for just one day to celebrate? Why cannot I celebrate every day? But the thing is, with all this, that's okay, that's my believing, you don't have to. What I've noticed that whenever the holidays season come in, my inbox gets filled with messages from people they didn't reach out for a year. The whole year, or maybe once in a year they reach out. But then when the holiday is coming, they finally remember about me. Nice. It's lovely. But on the other hand, it feels a bit like empty gesture. It feels like something that is done just from the obligation, because we should wish someone good, whatever. But then it hits me. It hits me one thing. The connection is two-way street. How can I expect meaningful connections with anyone, family, friends, if I'm not willing to reach out to them? How can I expect any kind of connection with anyone if I'm not willing to reach out first? Sitting there, just waiting for anyone else to do the work, to do the heavy lifting, builds resentment. The relationship weakens when we expect that others will do the whole work, isn't it? And this was actually my kind of thinking. Okay, fine, true. Life gets hectic most of the time, especially now with all this, what's going on, the information bombarding, you know how life is, especially if you are working, having family. It is like that. We are rushing, we are running all the time. And if we don't, we're scrolling on social media or binging on some kind of platform, isn't it? But the thing is, if you want to build any kind of relationship, especially if you want to have that meaningful relationship, as I wanted, as I will always long for that kind of relationship, you need to take responsibility in ownership and action and act on this. Because otherwise, you will be remembered only on those kind of special occasions. Is that what you want? I know, you might think like I was thinking, why I should be the one who have to reach out first every time? Why do I have to do this? Why they can't? Well, from my understanding, kind of like ego talking. What else? Of course, if you reach out once, twice, third time, and you don't get that reciprocation, I think that's the correct word or way of saying it. If you don't hear from them back, if they don't put that effort to reach out to you whenever they think about you. Yeah, maybe that's not the right connection at this moment. But if you start to doing it and see that flow going, isn't that what you want? So, okay, what can you do now to actually build this kind of connections, the meaningful connections? How can you do this? Recently, or maybe not so recently, like maybe a month ago, I was traveling and I've met old lady, and she told me very nice thing. She was traveling to visit her friends, and she told me that they have scheduled times when they call each other. They have scheduled times when they talk. So maybe that's what you need to do as well. What do you think? Isn't scheduling the times for that kind of check-ins connection good thing? I say yes. So you don't have to confirm that with others. Just schedule for yourself the time in a week or maybe in a month. Depends how often you want to keep this. To check in with your friends, to just tell them, hey, how's going? To ask them, how you keeping? Be curious. Be curious about their life. Listen to them. You're not reaching out just to talk about yourself. That was my approach. Every time when I was trying to connect with someone, unfortunately, I was doing this because I've struggled with something and I wanted to just talk about that. Talk through this. Of course, this kind of connections are also good when you have someone that you can talk with about your struggles, about your problems, issues. But isn't that everything? Call them. Send them a message just to find out how they are and listen to them without any other thought. So, as an exercise, try out, maybe not today, but in a few days, tomorrow or next day, try out to send a meaningful message just without any agenda to your friend saying, listen, I was thinking about you. How are you keeping? That's it. And see how the whole connection goes. So, to summarize, schedule this kind of connection check-ins. That's a very important thing. Be curious how others are, how you can listen to them, be for them. Try out, put the ego aside and be the first one who takes ownership, who takes responsibility, and who takes action and connect with others. Be the first one. And lastly, if you think about someone, if someone crosses your mind, just take the phone and message that person. Hey, I was thinking about you. How are you doing? That's it. And let me know in the comments how it goes. With all this, as always, I wish you many blessings.